On this episode of the Giant Showcase, we welcome back some friends of the show and talk with Bobby Owensby and her students about the upcoming Black History Club production. Coming up right now on the Giant Showcase.
Welcome to the Giant Showcase. So glad that you are joining us today, and we have a giant show lined up for you. You know, on the show we always spotlight excellence within the arts, athletics, and academics, and today we are going to be talking about real-world, life-ready giants, and that's the theme for today. And I have a couple of outstanding educators that are going to be on the show with me. Next to me is Mr. Dave Tippy, and he is an outstanding educator. You have 43 years with Marion Community Schools.
Yes.
You are a science teacher.
Chemistry.
Chemistry specifically, something I'm not very good at, I might add. I just mix things up and it's never a good thing, right? And you also are the sponsor for the Brain Game, the Quiz Bowl, and you help with the Advanced Placement Program. You have many students that are involved in that. And that's something that I would love for us to talk about heavily today, because the advanced placement, or the AP program, is something that is not available at every school system, and that's something that Marion Community Schools is very fortunate to have available for their students. And so can you talk to us a little bit about the advanced placement, or the AP program? What is it for those that are watching and they don't know?
Well, it's a course offerings that we provide at Marion Community Schools, Marion High School, that allows the students to get college courses during their high school career. They are actually college courses with college curriculum, college syllabi, and when we teach one of these, and when the students enroll in these, they expect a high level of rigor, and we try to deliver that combination of it's a hybrid between really good high school students and college students, giving them responsibility to manage their time with the hope that later, even in college or in real life, they're able to look at a task and break it down into what it's going to take to succeed, whether that be the next unit exam or in life, whatever those tasks are that faces. We at Marion High School offer 15 different courses in AP, all the way from music theory to calculus, BC. We offer 3 English courses. We offer 4 science courses, 4 math courses, computer course, even music theory. So and
it's a
art.
Broad range.
Oh yeah, and in the fine arts too. And so we're real proud of the support that we get to foster the AP mindset, and students, although all through the year they might not think it was a good choice, because the rigor is pretty tough. And by the time they're finished, and by the time they take that exam in May, they have accomplished something that at the beginning of the year they all think they can't do it. And so that's our job, and that's our privilege as a teacher, to provide motivation and to provide confidence and the support that they need.
So they're able to walk away then with further developed critical thinking skills, and prepared for that college level workload that they're going to encounter, if that is the course that they want to go.
Yes, we've had several students return from college that encourage our current students by saying that the college courses that they are now taking are not nearly as rigorous. Now, I think they overstate that, but still, it is. If a person has subjected themselves to the rigor during high school, it is no surprise, and it's no slap to them when they get to the college level and they say, this is doable. We have confidence in this area.
So that shock factor of walking in and being presented with the workload that you'll experience in college is just not as extreme.
Exactly.
They're already used to it. It's
really a hard thing to go, especially if you're going away from home, you're living in a dorm situation, you have to try to manage your time. You're on your own. And if the coursework is impossible, or at least it appears that way, That's another strike against the success of a freshman. So we like it that several of our students go with credit in hand when they go to register for their college courses. They go with credit in courses, whether or not that allows them to not take the course, or if it just gives them more confidence when they do take the course.
Tell me a little bit about how that works. Credit in hand. What exactly does that mean?
If a student passes the AP exam in May, they're all in a 2-week period in May.
Okay.
If the student passes that, they get either a 3 or 4 or 5 out of a 5, and different universities will grant credit. They're not all the same. Some give full credit for that course if you receive a 3. Some give credit for an elective if you receive a 3, and you'd have to get a 4 or 5 to receive credit for the actual course. Many of our students in their major area, they choose not to take the credit, but what it does because most universities in your major like for you to start at the beginning and proceed through on their course load.
Right.
Keeps
everybody on the same page.
Exactly. But when the students do that, they find that the first level course they've already had.
Yeah.
And so it's a soft spot in their schedule. And as a freshman, you like those soft spots.
That's a good thing. So is there a cost to students here at Marion Community Schools who want to participate in the AP program?
Marion Schools, the state of Indiana pays for all of the STEM tests. Marion Community Schools then pays for the others. So there's really no cost out of pocket. The savings for passing an AP course can be significant.
Yes.
You may have a fee to put it on your transcript, but in general, if you can save a semester or year of enrollment in that course, I think colleges are now up around $1 million a credit hour. It's close, at least.
It feels like it.
It feels like it, yeah.
Yeah.
So to save that money can be incredibly significant to the families.
Yes. So tell me then a little bit, let me transition over into something a little different, still in that same arena, Scholar Awards. Talk to me a little bit about those.
AP College Board, who runs AP Advanced Placement, recognizes every year what they call AP Scholars. And we had a banquet last Thursday evening that we honored these scholars. There's 4 levels. We had 3 represented at the banquet. AP Scholar would be a student who in their high school career has passed 3 exams. AP Scholar with Honor is one who has passed 4 exams with an average of 3.25. An AP Scholar with Distinction has passed 5 exams with an average of 3.5. There is a national AP Scholar, which we've had in past years. It would be passing 7 or more with an average of 4.0. And I think we had a student 2 or 3 years ago, I think, passed 11 with an average of over 4.
Wow.
And this year our top one had passed 7. I don't think the average was there, but accomplishment of 7 credits or
That's
7
huge.
courses was huge.
That's huge. So then I understand you have brought a couple of guests with you today, students.
Sir, yes.
Who were honored at
Yes.
this recent banquet. Are we going to get a chance to meet them?
Sure. That's what I came for, not me, but to expose them to some of the honors. So
Wonderful. Well, I thank you for bringing them in. Dave, thank you so much for coming on to the Giant Showcase.
Sure.
And folks, I want to let you know, we're going to pause for a really quick break, and when we come back, you are going to get to meet Jalen and Tristan, and they were honored at that AP Banquet Scholar Award banquet just recently. Don't go anywhere. We'll be right back with some more Giant Showcase in just a moment. And welcome back to the Giant Showcase. So glad that you are joining us today. We're spotlighting excellence within the arts, athletics, and academics here on the Giant Showcase. And today we are talking about real-world life experience Giants. That's our theme for today. And right before we went to the break, I was talking with Mr. Dave Tippy, who is an outstanding educator who helps to oversee the AP program within Marion Community Schools, at Marion High School specifically. And as promised, I have two guests with me. They're students that are in the AP program at Marion High School, and you're going to get to meet them and hear from them a little bit about what it's like to be involved in that program. Now, I want to let you know, they are also two individuals that were honored at the recent AP Scholars banquet that was just held just a week ago or so. And at that banquet, there were 34 different scholars that came from Marion High School, and they were honored. And I know that there are well over 90 people at that banquet. So to kind of put that in perspective, we have a lot of hardworking students at Marion Community Schools and some staff and parents that are supporting them along the way. Now, gentlemen, you both were at that banquet, and for folks who are joining us, this is Jalen and this is Tristan, and I want to welcome you both here to the show. You've been on the show before, so it's a delight to have you back. You were at that banquet. You were honored. What was it like to be there and be recognized for your accomplishments? Because you put a lot of hard work and time into this.
Yeah, it was nice to be recognized because the AP classes are very difficult. So we put in a lot of work, a lot of long nights, homework, studying, and to get that recognition was a really nice thing.
And Tristan, let me ask you, one of the things that I was speaking about with Mr. Tippy a moment ago is how rigorous the coursework is. It's college level, coursework. And he was saying what you kind of have that shock factor when you first take your first courses thinking, ooh, I don't know if I can manage to do this. It's a lot of work. What goes through your mind at the beginning, and then now as you are well through and seasoned and in the program, that sense of accomplishment that you must feel?
Well, yeah, at the beginning it's really tough. You start with a lot of late nights studying and for tests, and the tests are pretty hard in the classes. But as you do the same stuff over the years, it gets much easier. And yeah, once you just do it a bunch of times, it just feels more natural, and you feel like you're ready for a lot of the challenges ahead.
Yeah, it's got to be reassuring to know if you can tackle this in addition to your other work that you can tackle pretty much anything that life throws at you, right? Yeah. Share with me a little bit, being in the program, share with me a little bit for people who are out there watching, because we have a lot of people that watch the show online, and we love that you join us online. There are a lot of students who go to schools that do not have the AP program, and they may be looking to come here and transfer into Marion Community Schools. Share with me a little bit about your experiences in the AP program for those who might be considering it.
Well, AP program, it's a good opportunity to get the college credits. You have to work hard for them, but it's nice to save that money. And we have great teachers, so they prepare us well for the test that we have to take in May. And it's just a really nice opportunity that the high school provides for us.
Yeah. Tristan, what are your thoughts?
So when starting to go to Marion, we didn't realize how many AP courses that they offered. And once we realized we realized the great opportunity that we had at Marion, because it offers so many AP classes, like Mr. Tippy said, from music theory to AP chemistry, that students just have a lot of options to choose from and have the opportunity to get college credit and jump start in college.
Right. And I'm curious, both of you, for those who are watching, what grade are you in right now?
We're both seniors.
And you have how many, Jayla, I'm going to ask you first, how many AP credits?
I have 16.
Congratulations. That's a big number. And Tristan?
I have about 22.
Oh, wow. That's between the two of you. That's amazing. Congratulations to both of you. I want to thank you so much for coming onto the show today. I want to thank you for sharing your experiences, and I hope that it was informative to you and inspiring. You can see all of the giant success that's coming out of Marion Community Schools. Well, when we come back from the break, I have another outstanding educator, Mrs. Bobby Owensby, and she's brought some students with her. It's a cast for an upcoming production for the Black History Club, but we're going to tell you more about that after the break. Don't go anywhere. Welcome back. You're watching the Giant Showcase here on WSOT TV, and we are spotlighting excellence within the arts, athletics, and academics. And next to me is another all-star educator. Her name is Mrs. Bobby Owensby, and you are a social studies teacher. You are a legend within Marion Community Schools. You are in the Hall of Distinction. You also with the Black History Club sponsor, that position that you hold, coordinate amazing trips over spring break for students to be able to tour colleges. And we're going to talk about that later on. And what I'm particularly excited about this moment is something very new. It's an endowment that the Alumni Association helped to start on your behalf. And right now, I understand that this endowment, in the first week that it was open, $1,500 was raised, and that there is a matching promise up to $5,000, but they only have through the end of February to hit that, right?
That is correct.
So tell me a little bit about this endowment program. Who benefits from it? What's the goal of it?
Well, first I think it was supposed to have been a surprise to me. Mark Fauser
Did I ruin that surprise?
No.
Okay.
Mark and some other people were calling, but Mark came up and said, there's an endowment. I think Lori told me there's an endowment for the Black History Club, and I am not that familiar with endowment. So I asked around, and Lisa Weaver is one of the parent organizers in our group, and so she explained to me what the endowment did, and the Alumni Association had started this for the Black History Club. And so our purpose is to make sure that maybe when I'm not around and promoting things for my students, there's funding always there to help our kids on their college tour and other activities that they're going to do throughout the year. I'm amazed that in 1 week, $1,500 was raised. And so I'm so excited about that, that there's going to be a matching part from, I guess, the Alumni Association, and we have until the end of February. So that's quite a bit of time. And I think that, I have family and friends that are out there, and we have a big event going on this weekend with the Dr. Martin Luther King program. So I think they put it in their bulletin to allow people an opportunity to give to that endowment. So I'm excited about that, that someone out there felt that they love us enough.
Yes.
And respect me enough that they could leave a lasting legacy for my students.
I love that. That's beautiful. It's a wonderful thing. Talk to me a little bit about the Black History Club production. Now, I know this is a fundraising effort, and it goes towards what?
Our trip. This was one of our largest fundraising events for the Black History Club college tour that we have taken since 1980. We put on a play every year. Last year, if you guys remember, we did The Queen. Was a tribute to Aretha Franklin, and it was a great success. And I had people to come to me after the play and say, you can't do any better than this. So I'm hoping we could do something better this year than what we did last year. It was superb last year. I couldn't have asked for a better team to work with. I could have asked for a better group to perform. It was just great.
Yes, it truly was. Now, I understand you have brought some cast members here today.
I have. We did another play this year, and we got the idea of this play because I'm always looking for something. So we ask around, what can the Black History Club do? What can I get my students involved in? And so Mark Fowler came up with this idea. He called me. He said, why don't you do something on American superheroes?
Ah.
And I said, Mark, you know how old I am. I know nothing about superheroes. And so I said, come up and talk to me. So Mark came and we talked about his idea of where he was thinking. And then I gave him my twist on what I was thinking when we say superheroes. And so I enlisted the help of some of my friends outside of the system. I called on one of my former students, Marty Cox, and I called on Dr. Jeffery Breckenridge, and I called on Dr. Steve Woods. So the students and I sort of put together the play. And then we sent it off to other people. I think Dr. Breckenridge did a part of the first scene, and Dr. Woods went over it, and Marty Cox did some research on it. And so I would talk to students and say, what do you know about superheroes? And so they were giving me their feel of superheroes and the ones we should include and what they would like to play. And so we pulled it together.
So you have an original production here.
Yes, we do. And so we're going to present it, and it's going to be outstanding.
I believe it. Now tell me the date real quick before we go to break.
It's February 29th at 7 o'clock, Marion High School, Richie Walton Performing Arts Center.
All right, and we're going to share more about where you can get tickets for that if you're interested, but we need to pause for a really quick break, and when we come back, you're going to get to meet the cast for this year's show. Don't go anywhere. We'll be right back. Some more Giant Showcase in just a moment. And welcome back to the Giant Showcase. I have a cast of superheroes with me, and actually they are going to be in the upcoming Black History Club production, and it is called what?
American Superheroes.
American Superheroes.
Yes.
Now, I want you to meet this outstanding cast, and so for just a moment here, let's go around the group, and would you please share with me your name, what grade you're in, and what is your cast character? What is your role in the production this year? So let's start with you and work our way around.
Okay, my name is Matthew Ontiveros. I'm a senior this year, and in the play, my character's name is Joey, so that's what I play as.
Okay.
My name is Trinity Morgan. I'm a junior at Marion High School, and my character is Sheila. I have a twin brother.
Uh-huh. Okay.
And my name is Camille Scales, and I am a junior. And the character I play is Kaisha.
Okay.
Hola, me llamo es Cabrera Cobb, and I play the character of Antigua, and she's Spanish and African American.
Wonderful.
I am Ramon Ward, and I play Tyreek, otherwise known as the twin to Sheila.
Oh, very good. Okay.
And I'm Troy Jones, and in the play I play Terrence.
Wonderful.
And I'm Keegan Fields, and in the play I play Juki.
I am so excited to have you here on the show today. I understand, now Camille, you were in last year's production,
yes, ma'am,
the tribute to Aretha Franklin, and so this is your second time, right, yes, with the production. But for the rest of you, this is the first time that you participated in the Black History Club production, right?
Yes. Yeah.
Right, okay, so now some of you though have some background, stage performing background, right?
Yes.
So who here besides Camille has some background performing? Oh, good. Okay, so y'all are pretty comfortable then with okay. So tell us a little bit about, Camille, I'm just going to ask you real quick. Tell me the basic concept. I know that this is superheroes. Mrs. Owensby just kind of gave us an idea. It's American superheroes. For those who are curious, what can they expect from this show?
They can expect a group of teens who are very diverse and who want themselves to be heard. And so we represent, and a main theme of this whole play is representation, so that, younger audience members who will show up there February, hopefully 29th,
yes,
that they matter, and that we want them to be able to see themselves within us, and to know that they have a superpower as well.
Very good. Now, I want to know, Matthew, I'll jump over here and start with you real quick. So, as you've gone about this process of being in the production, preparing for it, how do you, in fact, I would love to hear from all of you, how do you get your head wrapped around your role? How do you kind of put yourself into the shoes of your character? What are you going through to prepare?
Well, basically, before I go into practice, I read over the script again over and over, and then I read my character's description. And basically, he kind of wraps around who I am as a person. He's just a little more romantic on that side. I let the play speak for that. And so I kind of just...
It sounds fun.
Yeah, just throw myself in there, just get some chill music and get myself going.
Very good. What, do you have any secrets to get ready?
I kind of listen for somebody else's line first, for the person who speaks before me, and then I come in. Or I try to stay out of my head because my character is somebody that I'm really not, like, in real life. So it was kind of hard for me to get into her, but now that I got it, it's just like it comes naturally.
Naturally. Now that's good. And what are your secrets?
So I agree with Sheila because I'm not at all like my character. So it's giving me a chance to show that I can step out. So before I go to practice or throughout the day, I listen to like different kind of music to get me into the mood of, I have to change my personality.
That's got to be challenging, and to be able to change your personality. Yeah. And what are your experiences? Now you're a dual role, basically, right?
Yeah.
The duality with Share with me how you're going through to prepare.
I treat it the same as dance because I don't really feel like myself when I dance. I feel like a character almost, so I kind of treat it like that. And I think I can resonate with my character a little bit.
Can you?
She's like a hard worker with school and all that.
That discipline, that's a good thing, yeah. And how are you getting into your character?
It's kind of someone that kind of like similar to me, but not really. He's more of like a popular loner. He talks, but he doesn't really talk. But he's someone who's excited to be around everybody else.
That's good. And Troy, how about you?
I kind of agree with Sheila because I don't really know. I'm sorry. He's not really me in the play, so I don't really act like him. But to get into my character, I wait for somebody to read their line and stuff like that, and it just comes out.
Right, so you're trying to get ready to be able to get on cue, right? And so you're trying to be supportive to your other cast members, but at the same time, they're giving you the strength to be able to step into your role and meet that need.
Right.
And what about you? Is it a stretch for you to be able to?
No, not really.
No?
Nah, because I'm kind of already like a class clown, so.
Well, you know what? That's a good. You got an edge there, then, right? Yeah. That's a good thing. So, talk to me a little bit about this upcoming trip, because I know that the whole point of this production, which we are going to be putting on, is a fundraising effort. And for those watching, remind everybody when's the show going to take place?
February 29th.
February 29th.
Yes, ma'am. At 7 p.m.
7 p.m.
And tickets are $7.
That's great.
They can call in to the high school to order them.
Awesome. So $7, 7 p.m., February the 29th. So you can call in and find out about that. Now, it's a fundraising effort for your upcoming spring break trip that's going to be a college tour. Where are you guys going this year?
We're going to North Carolina, specifically A&T universities, including some other historical sites. Really exploring the city and town of Greensboro.
How valuable is this experience to you guys to be able to go on this trip? What are you looking forward to most?
I really enjoy the experience of just being around, a good group of individuals here and a good leader as Miss Bobby Owensby. And I really like to enhance the fact that I get this opportunity to be around them. So.
Yeah. Anybody else have any insights that they'd like to share?
I like the fact that we can go outside of Indiana to look at colleges. Like, sometimes you feel like Indiana is the only place you can go to college at. And it'll be nice to visit all the colleges in North Carolina and just step out of our like known place that we're
Right,
from.
right. There's a whole other world out there outside of Indiana, and you're going to get a chance to experience that. Well, I want to thank all of you for coming on to the show today, and I am so excited for you. I cannot wait to see the production. And what's the name of it again?
American Superheroes.
American Superheroes. So we want to make sure that you call the Marion High School office and find out how you can get your $7 tickets for February 29th at 7 p.m. Don't go anywhere. We'll be right back with some more Giant Showcase in just a moment. And welcome back to the Giant Showcase. Wasn't that an outstanding group of performers? Mrs. Bobby Owensby is with me here in the Black History Club. They've got their upcoming production. It's happening February the 29th, 7 p.m. Your tickets are only $7, and you can call high school to be able to get those tickets. Now, wow, outstanding group of students.
I agree. They are wonderful to work with. And especially having so many new students in the group, only 2 that are veterans returning from last year's play. But also, we have some adults that we are working with and that I'm really thrilled about, that I've never had on stage before. I'm not sure anyone is familiar with Dr. Jeffery Breckenridge. Dr. Breckenridge will have he will be a star on stage that night. And so will Mr. Tony Marillion, who is a science teacher at the high school, will also be in the play. And then we're bringing in a new character also, is Mr. Bell, who is an assistant principal at the high school. So it's exciting to watch these individuals perform, and the kids are excited to watch them, and they are teaching the kids so much with their performance.
I love that combined effort of the students with the adults and the experience that they gain from that. Well, I want to wish you best of luck. And
thank you.
Thank you so much for coming on to the show. I'm excited to hear feedback and maybe later in the year about how your spring break trip goes. I know that's going to be wonderful.
It will be. This is our first time going to North Carolina A&T and North Carolina Central and Winston-Salem. So we're excited about getting on those campuses and exposing our kids.
I bet. I can't wait. Well, thank you so much for joining us here on the Giant Showcase, and we hope that you'll stay tuned for some more quality family programming that you can trust right here on WSOT TV.